Let's take a look at how to use a spreadsheet to make a line of best fit and a linear regression line in this case. So I have some data in a table in a web browser here, and I want to get that data into my spreadsheet. It's super important that when you copy and paste from a web browser to a spreadsheet, you do it selectively. If you copy too much stuff, the spreadsheet will get confused about what to do with it because a spreadsheet is not a web browser and a web browser is not a spreadsheet. Spreadsheets are table-like objects, so if I'm very careful to copy just the table, I should be able to paste it in. To do that, you would start just about on the first letter of the title here, click and drag down, and don't let go until you're just barely to the right of that last digit. Control C to copy. In your spreadsheet, just grab an open spot and you should just be able to paste Control V. If you copy too much stuff, then it's just not going to go in there right. So you got to be careful about that. To run a regression on this, I have two options. There is a function to calculate the slope of a line, and there's another one to calculate the intercept. But usually I don't jump to those right away. I take a look at the data to see if it's even appropriate to draw a line through it. So first thing I'm going to do is ask the computer to show me a scatter plot. If it doesn't show a scatter plot right away, then I can change the recommendation and look for scatter. And I want to make sure these settings are correct. So use row 1 as the headers. That gives me some titles here, here, and here. Not good titles, but they'll work for now. And then let's see, column A is my labels for the x-axis here, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That looks pretty good. I've got, 10 points here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points there. Looks like I put it in there correctly. Every once in a while, these aren't selected right, and you don't get all your points, but I think we're good. Yeah, those line up pretty good. So if the graph looks roughly linear, like, yeah, I could eyeball a line through there, then you can customize this chart in Sheets, and you want to play with the series, and you want to add a trend line. And then you want to label by using the equation for the trend line. So here it's giving me the slope and the y-intercept of the line it drew here. Okay. Now that's different than me picking 2 points, like maybe I pick the first point here and the last point and say, hey, I want to do the point through those lines. That is not this equation. This equation does not, this line does not go through those points. So please read your instructions carefully. To get more decimals on the slope, I can use the slope function. So equals, start typing slope, and it says slope from a linear regression for data. Yep, that's what I want. First highlight y, comma, then x. Notice it's a little backwards than we usually do. Otherwise, I'll get the slope flipped for the wrong relationship. So I want y, x this way. Intercept behaves the same way. Start typing intercept, and it does, again, linear regression intercept, which is the number in my graph, but this will give me more decimal places. Y first, comma, then x. And then you get more values for that. If you also need the correlation coefficient, you can get that either by using the Pearson formula or by adding it to the graph here. So I'll put it in both ways just for fun. Let's see, edit chart, back to customize series, and I could have also asked to show R squared. Now R squared isn't the correlation coefficient, it's the coefficient of variation, depending on what class of mine you're in. I may or may not have talked about that. So they claim it's 0.833. I'm going to calculate what's called R, which is the Pearson correlation coefficient, and I believe that one is just Pearson. And again, it wants y, comma, x. And these are two different numbers. They tell us different things about the relationship, but they're related. To get R squared, the coefficient of variation, I just square this number right there. So equals this sucker squared, and I get that 0.833 number they're giving here. And explanations of those are in your book if you need them. I just wanted to show you how to use the spreadsheet and how to get data from a web page in a table into a spreadsheet. And it's all about careful selection. Don't over select. You can sometimes under-select slightly, but be careful about where you end your click. If you're sloppy about where you let go of the mouse, even if it doesn't look like you selected something else, if your mouse is out here when you let go, you did select other stuff that's invisible to you on the page, and that will mess up the paste in here. All right, take care, do good math, bye.